The Civil War has just ended, and Confederate soldier Caleb Delion returns from the war to find his family missing and two former slaves, Simon and John, living in the ruins of their once fine home.
And joining us now to tell us more about this show is the director of Barbara Geary, along with one of the actors of Van Overton.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
So this play is going on obviously during Black History Month. So what makes it kind of different? What makes this story different?
Well, the big thing is that these slaves are Jewish, that there was a Jewish population in the South that owned slaves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there was a lot of wealthy merchant families in Richmond and the other major cities, and they all pretty much owned slaves. What's unusual about this circumstance is that they brought their slaves up in the faith, which probably wasn't so common.
So that's not typical for them to raise them in their faith?
I would imagine not, just because in Leviticus it says that a person of the Jewish faith should not own another person of the Jewish faith. So,
okay.
It creates a little conflict there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Jewish actually, so that was interesting to me to kind of learn about what was going on. I had no idea that is part of the faith, so how can that happen? But I didn't even know that there were African American Jews for quite a while, and then found out. So this is a great story to kind of tell how that happened.
It really is, and with the entire play happening during Passover, adds a whole nother level to the play.
Now, why is that? Why is that so significant?
Well, with Passover is celebrating the freeing of the Jews, the Israelites out of Egypt and
from slavery,
and exactly from slavery, and the play takes place during not only Passover but right after the signing at Appomattox, where the American slaves were freed.
Okay. Now, other than the owners kind of pushing their religion, how does being Jewish and their religion kind of affect their character?
Well, I think that in the Van's character Simon is he's devout, and so for some of the other characters, it's not so much the son of the family who goes to war and comes back. He loses his faith in the course of the war, and there's another character, John, who I think in a way he comes up, but it's also a political thing for him, and a matter of convenience. So each of these characters address the faith differently. And you kind of see how that creates circumstances between them and also for what's going to happen in their future lives.
Okay, so there's a lot of kind of the future that's in this play.
Right, but at the same time, like all their expectations for what's going to happen to them all gets turned over and peeled away through the course of the play.
Okay, so we kind of talk about, the losses, obviously, in the Civil War. So what more could these three men lose during the course of the play?
Oh, boy. A lot.
Yeah.
Identity, a sense of identity, their place in the world, who they are.
That was a big thing that when studying for my character was, the whole aspect of having been one thing your entire life and now being in the newness of being something completely different, being a free man for only a couple of days. Was very interesting.
Yeah. And they lose love. I mean, love is lost, relationships, even though while they gain certain things through the revelations of the play, they also lose other things. And there's actual physical losing of a limb. There's all kinds of, there's a lot of loss in the play.
So is this something that we can take our children to, or should they stay home for this one?
Probably not under 10.
Not under 10.
Yeah, even then, I think it would depend on the maturity level. My daughter's advanced, and she's 9, and she helps me with my lines.
It sounds like something you can really, really learn from.
Yes.
Especially, as a child, if you are mature. So what are some lessons that you think people will take away? I'm sure that there are so many, but maybe a couple of them.
Well, probably just the history, as we talked about, that there were, Black Jews in the South and Jewish families in the South, but also just about the meaning of freedom. I think that's something you can take away, and really it brings a lot of different aspects and levels to that idea.
Great. And when can people see the show?
Well, tonight we have an open dress rehearsal, so it's free. So that starts at 7:30. We open tomorrow, and we run through March 1st, Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays. Friday, Saturdays at 7:30, Sundays at 2, and we're going to have talkbacks on the first 2 Sundays, one with Rabbi Paul Citrin and the other with Finney Coleman, who's a professor of Africana Studies, on the second
great.
Sunday.
So you can ask them questions.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, great. And where can people get tickets?
On the website, it's vortexabq.org, or you can just call, go to the website, get the phone number, you can call up, make reservations, or just show up.
Okay, well, thank you so
Yes.
much. Break legs.
Thank you.
Have a lot of fun. I mean, it's going to be great. And if you want any information on how you can go see this show, just head over to casa.com. We'll have all the information there for you.